I'm going to do a guided meditation practice now that's based in using the breath as an anchor for our attention. And as we do the practice and our mind probably wanders away, we just keep coming back to some place in the body where we feel the sensation of breathing. So that's the basic practice, what we'll be doing. But I want to say at the outset that if you've had a history of trauma or even some recent stress that's been a real agitation for your mind and body, that agitation, that irritation, or even that trauma response could still be active in your nervous system. And when we begin to do these practices sometimes and we bring our attention inward, it can be a little bit overwhelming or uncomfortable. And if that's the case for you, you're invited and allowed, of course, to just regulate for yourself to what level you go within to touch base with that. You can stay at the surface level and not drop into the middle of that uncomfortability, and you can maybe regulate that for yourself, or even determine that right now isn't the time for you to try this practice, and that's okay too. So you really get to be in control of where your attention is and how you're relating to what you notice with what you're focusing on. I would say if you do have that experience of agitation or irritation, keep your eyes open and to be in contact with the present moment and maybe stay more on the periphery of your experience in the body. So you have some choice about that. So with this breath practice, what we're going to do is, let's start with taking 3 or 4 really full breaths in and out. And on purpose right now, we're going to make the breath bigger, louder, longer, slower, in and out. Just so we can sort of catch our breath, if you will, catch the sensation of our breathing. And then we can let the breath just rest back into its regular rhythm and volume. But see if we can continue to track it and notice it with our attention. And maybe you might notice, like right at the nostrils, the way the air coming in is cooler and the air going out is a little warmer. Or noticing the way the air passes through the back of your throat, in and out. Or again, following that air all the way down in, the way your chest expands and releases that air. Or even all the way down in the way your belly, as your diaphragm muscle comes up and down, and then all the squishy parts of your belly go in and out. So for the next full 10 breaths in and 10 breaths out, I'd like you to just kind of notice where you are most aware of that breath, both when it's coming in and going out. Where is it for you that it's most obvious? You don't have to force the breath or do any special kind of breathing, but just see if you can track and notice that rhythm of breathing. As if you're a scientist or a doctor and the body is the patient or the specimen. How do you know that this body is breathing? Where do you perceive it? Do you hear the breath coming and going in the back of your throat? If you want to experiment with that as a way to anchor your attention, you can even try putting some fingers on your earlobes for about 4 or 5 breaths in and out. And really touch base with the sound of the breath. And then when you let the earlobes go, can you continue to notice that breath? in the back of your throat or down in your lungs. And as you try aiming and sustaining your attention with the breath, sometimes the mind is going to wander off. It's just what it does. Something pulls your attention over here, a sound or an itch in the body or some memory from yesterday. Maybe the sound of my voice is reminding you of somebody else's voice, or it's even irritating or boring to you. So any of those things that generate thought and pull your attention away from the breath are just that. They're just momentary attention grabbers. And in this mindfulness practice, what we do is bring our attention back again and again to the anchor in the present moment. So what is it in the present moment that can anchor your attention to your breathing? Again, a specific sensation area where the breath is coming in and out. If that's working for you, then just really focus on that. Something else that you can try is a type of noting, sort of silently saying to yourself when the breath is coming in, say, breathing in. And when it's going out, say, breathing out. Or simply the word in and out. Sometimes people find it helpful to count the breaths. As you breathe in, you could say the word one, and breathing out, say the word and. Breathing in is two, breathing out and. And that way try getting to 10 before the mind wanders off. And if you get to 10, you just go back to 1 on the next breath. And anything that would pull your attention away, whether a sound or a feeling or a thought, again, you just notice it, do the best you can, go back and rest in the breath. If you find it helpful to close the eyes, if you haven't already, see what that's like to let the attention come deeper into the body, deeper into the sensation of breathing. And just 1 minute more of this practice, wherever your attention is now. Again, aim it and see if you can sustain it in the breath. And just rest with the breath.